Yes, it's time for breakthrough. This week we're going to discuss Gem 4, and each quarter we have a particular focus. The first quarter, or the first 3 months of the year, we're going to be looking at breaking free from bondage. Part 2 is going to be dealing with break through those imagined barriers that hold us back. Break out of the box is going to be part 3, and part 4 is about breaking into your promised land. We've covered 3 gems already. The first one was break free, the next perfect imperfection, and the third belief battlefield. Today we look at cunning critics, and if you haven't listened to the other 3, I would highly recommend that you go and listen to them. Critics are experts at drawing attention away from their own lack of contribution by finding fault with those who have contributed. The author's greatest critics are the ones who have never written a book. An expert referee is a spectator watching the game on a television set 1,000 miles away from the stadium. The best coach appears to be the one who has never played. Ignore your critics. The fact that you have them is evidence that you are doing something noteworthy. It is the person who stands up in the crowd that is the easiest to hit with the ripe tomato. Let what you do speak so loudly that what you say cannot be heard. Your greatest ambition in life should be to have critics, and lots of them. Critics not only confirm your relevance, but they can help you improve and even inspire you to push harder, higher, and further than ever before. It's the critics who give you free marketing and free improvement ideas. What a blessing it can be to be criticized. The challenge for you this week is, how can you use your critics to propel you forward instead of paralyze you? Don't let them instill fear. Let them build your faith and take action. I'd be excited to hear some of your thoughts relating to that. Now the question is, how do you know you're doing something worthy? Well, I believe that when you begin to do something worthy, you will immediately be faced with opposition. Many times I use that as my guide as to whether I'm doing something of significance or not. When I make a decision, a choice decision to make things happen, very often it is as if all hell breaks loose. Everything that can go wrong does go wrong. But you know something? That inner voice, that inner debate that you and I have, sometimes stops us. I want to know, do you listen to that voice? And I'm not talking about the positive one that says, yes, you can. I'm talking about the louder one in the beginning, which says, you can't. It's interesting how there seems to be someone speaking to you in your own accent, like a little you, that tries to talk you out of the very things that are worth doing. It's time we stopped listening to that voice. Many times the lie is wrapped in apparent truth. If we just read the story of creation, we'll find the story that says that God said to Adam, he said, you can eat from absolutely every tree in the garden. Adam was grateful. And God said, but there's one tree that you must not eat from. We then hear the accuser coming up and saying this, taking that message and twisting it. It sounded like exactly what God said, but it was totally opposite. He said, did God really say you cannot eat from every tree in the garden? Now, of course, he said you can eat from every tree in the garden except one. But that twist came there, and that twist cast doubt. You see, when I wrote down the idea of writing a book, that same voice came to me and it said, but you're not an author. Everybody knows an author writes books. I believed that. I believed that apparent truth, which was an outright lie. You see, no author writes a book. It is only people who have written books that are given the title author. And so it is, maybe you have been talked out of something. The question is, who or what do you listen to? I trust that you're going to turn your critics into the people that spur you on to do great things. You are more than welcome to join a Map Cafe, and if you haven't yet done so, please email mapcafe@map4life.com and we'll send you a list of cafes that you might be able to attend. If there isn't one in your area, write to us. Send us an email to lifegems@map4life.com and share your thoughts. We'd love to hear from you. The next gem that we're going to discuss is rise above. Your vantage point determines the view you have of your vision. Please feel free to share this on your Facebook with your friends, and we'd encourage you, if you haven't yet done so, to join map4life.com, because each Monday morning we'll send you a link to the latest video. You're also invited to join or start a map club anywhere on the planet. That means where you live right now is a place for you to start a map cafe, and we'd encourage you to do so. If you're ready to do it, please send us an email and we'll send you everything you need to be successful with a small support group. Until we chat again, make sure that you are making a purposeful difference, not only in your own life, but in the lives of those around you. Be mapped.